the tension and the stress is basically off the quad muscle. So when you're using a partial range of motion, the quad muscle is under tension and under stress the whole entire time. What's up guys, and welcome to episode number 7 of my YouTube series Bulking to 100 kgs. In this video, I'm going to take you through one of my leg workouts and I'm going to give you the key tips that I find are most important for really getting your legs to grow. First tip that I want to share with you guys is apply weight overload. Now the reason weight overload is so important is because to get your muscle to grow and to get your muscle to adapt, you need to place it under a lot of stress. And placing your muscle under heavy weight is a great form of stress that really stimulates the muscle, therefore rips the muscle fibers, which in return promotes muscle growth. And if your diet's on point, you're getting in enough adequate protein, you will get some good gains from applying that weight overload. Second tip that I want to share with you guys is partial reps. Now the reason partial reps are so important is because of time and attention. Now when you're doing a full range of motion and you, for example, bring the weight right the way down and you push the weight right the way up, when you're at lockout, the tension and the stress is basically off the quad muscle. So when you're using a partial range of motion, the quad muscle is under tension and under stress the whole entire time. And basically guys, the more stress you can apply to the muscle, the more muscle fibers you're going to rip, therefore it's going to lead to muscle growth. So that's a huge key that you want to pay a lot of attention to. Do partial reps and partial range of motion because it increases the stress applied to the muscle. Next key tip that I want to share with you guys is focus on the squeeze and contraction. That's so important guys. So many people in the gym, they basically just go through the motion. For example, they're doing leg extension and they're just literally lifting their legs up, back down, back up, back down. And yeah, you're working the quad, but you're not working it to its maximum advantage. So what I mean by that is each time you extend your legs up, you want to focus on squeezing and contracting the entire quadricep muscle as hard as you can. That's just going to activate the muscle more. More muscle activation is going to lead to more muscle growth. So squeeze and contract the muscle as hard as you possibly can on each and every single rep. Next key tip is go deep. Honestly guys, so many people doing squats or doing leg press, they don't go deep enough. They go down maybe 3/4 of the way, then back up. That's mainly focusing on your quads. So I always say go deep, go right the way down. That way you're fully going to activate the entire leg. The quadriceps, the hamstrings, and the glutes. The lowest part of the squat is where there is the most leg activation anyway, so don't miss that part out. Go deep, go ass to grass, and you'll get so much more gains. Next key tip is stretching. So a lot of the exercises that we perform, for example squats, leg press, you don't really get to stretch the muscle. So I do some exercises where it allows me to get a stretch. For example, bent over partial deads. They're a great exercise for really allowing the stretch in the hamstring muscle, and the bigger the stretch in the hamstring muscle, it allows for more blood flow into that muscle. The more blood flow you get into that muscle, the more chance for amino acid uptake, which is your protein, which will lead to more muscle growth. Not to mention, the bigger the stretch in the muscle allows for a bigger contraction. So stretching is super important guys. The next key tip that I want to share with you guys is holding the contraction. Now I know earlier in this video we spoke about squeezing and contracting the muscle, which is super important, but holding the contraction is also super important. Holding the muscle contracted with weight is a great way to really activate the muscle, to create more stress on the muscle, which therefore is going to lead to more muscle growth. This is especially true for when you're training your calves. And I believe this is one of the key factors that has really helped me get my own calves to grow. Next key tip that I want to share with you guys is time under tension. What I mean by that is constantly keep the weight moving. Don't rest, don't pause, don't contract, don't hold the contract. Just keep it moving constantly, because when you do that, that allows for you to apply time under tension, that tension on the muscle. It's a great technique that I use from time to time and a great way to create more stimulus to the muscle. And there you go, guys. That was some of my key tips that has really helped me develop size in my legs. So I hope those tips were useful for you guys. Definitely try it out yourself, and I guarantee you, you'll get some good growth in your legs. But again, diet is always going to be the most important thing, guys. No matter how hard you train in the gym, if you're not following the correct diet with enough protein and enough calories, you're not going to get optimal results. Because when you're actually in the gym, you're breaking down the muscle tissue. It's when you're resting, recovering, and eating food, that's when your body is doing the growing, doing the repairing. So make sure you follow a good diet with enough protein, carbohydrates, and fats made specifically for you and your goals. If you don't know what your macro breakdown should be or how much calories you should be on, I can help you. I'm an online personal trainer. So if you want to join the JRF program, you can click the link in the description box down below, and I'd love to take you on board as one of my clients. Workout's done, guys. Smash the legs. We're now going to get a post-workout meal, so we're going to stop in at Subway and grab a chicken sub. Thank for YouTube. Yeah. Can I please get a foot-long wheat, please? Can I please have this chicken here? Chicken strips, yes please. No cheese. Yes, toasted please. So for the salads, I'm going lettuce, tomato, capsicum, onion, and some gherkins. No sauce and no salt and pepper. I'm a pretty plain guy. No sauce, no salt and pepper. Alright, we just arrived at the new house, getting the internet put in today, so I'm gonna go get it set up. So this is the new mirror that we bought. It's pretty massive. We just can't figure out where exactly we want it yet. We don't know if we want to put it there or maybe over there. The thing is, if we put it here, I think we're going to have a table here. So I think we're going to be pretty limited in space here. And then if we're having dinner, we'll be looking at ourselves in the mirror all the time. So I think maybe over there.
I think it's good because then it might, it's alright, then I'll need to like put space. Oh yeah, that's
actually
cool.
made the round seem bigger too.
Yeah.
Huh?
You haven't thought about
I think it's nice,
oh,
yeah.
no, I won't go keep no.
But at the end of the day, it's up to you, whatever you
No,
want.
yeah, I think it's great here. It actually makes sense because you can like
Yeah,
walk up
yes,
to
yeah.
it.
You have a selfie spotlight?
This is actually good because the light comes out that way. I love it. No, I think that would be that B, like